Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Excuse me. Yes, good morning, folks. This is Spirit Journey. Happy gobble gobble. Today is Thursday. Yes, today is Thursday. November was at the 26th? Yeah, the 26th, 2020. And the time it's about 6:30. A little more, a little less. Yeah. Good morning. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's my monitor on. I have an off. That's outside. Yes. So it's a clue when my monitor is on. I'm going to turn away from the monitor. Um, yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving day. I in particular, I like Thanksgiving. I do. So maybe I might just go outside today. Yeah, I stayed in yesterday. Yeah, it looked very dreary out yesterday. And I said, I'm just going to sit here and do absolutely nothing. And, it felt good too. It did. It felt good. So, yeah. So today, yeah, since I didn't go out yesterday, I was in bed eating, watching many videos. And then, yeah, so I fell asleep, woke up at like 11 p.m., and then went back to sleep. Yeah, so I was going awakening all throughout the night. So, yes, and my monitor, as you see, is watching. I just turned this on, but I have the sound off. Yeah, that's young Pharaoh and another person there. Yeah. So what happened? Okay. Yeah. So why I mentioned about that I had the my computer on. Yeah, because I really think when you yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning. Happy gobble gobble. Yes, how call? Yes, General Shah and Young Fel. Oh, okay. So you know who these guys are? Agents. Okay, yeah, it could be. Yeah, they're interesting. Yeah, the first time I've seen the guy on the left, the general, but Young Pharaoh, I've been watching him on and off. Yeah, so yeah, I guess since you know who they are, I just leave it on, give you a focal point to look at. Yeah, it's the latest video. I think it's Young Pharaoh's. I'm not sure who's doing the interview, but either way, yes. Good morning, guys. Yeah, and I mentioned that my computer was on because definitely when my computer is on, I don't doubt that I'm going to have a very bizarre sleep slash dream. Yeah, my mind was very active with the type of things that I was dreaming. And then I saw the vision. I'll give the vision thing first, since that's what the last thing that occurred until I finally opened my eyes. Yeah, so I was dreaming, excuse me, and then I woke up. Oh, I need some water. Let me get some water. My water's right next to me. Yeah, oops, I guess it's a little dry in the room. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, sometimes the room, I guess the room could get dry or something like that. I'll zoom it up. Okay, now I'll just leave it. Okay, so, yeah, I had a very bizarre night. The vision I had, okay, and I know I've seen the drawing before. Um, the initial thing that I saw, the vision, Again, for those of you who are new to my channel and what type of vision, well, what I've been doing since 2017 at least, upon awakening from sleeping or dreaming, I would keep my eyes closed and not open them after dreaming or sleeping. I would just keep my eyes closed and just relax my body. I would be in full consciousness or what I consider, awake state. And then I would see something in my vision. Excuse me. And what I saw today, the floor, again, a lot of the things, as you notice there, Camp, a lot of the things that I think, it always seems to point to the floor, like I'm looking downward, or the vision is showing me the floor. These were, I would say, like standard, cheap grade flooring. It's the what do you call it? The standard, not ceramic. What's the other one? The little squares. Not ceramic. What do we call it? It's like a synthetic, and the squares, and they use it like for industry. Often some industrial sites. It's made out of tile, just regular synthetic acrylic. I think they call it acrylic tile floors. And it's this standard cheap one, like it had a base color that was a very murky, can't tell, murky grayish, medium dark color. And then it had these speckles across it. I mean, I've seen that pattern before. Just a cheap, uh, oh, linoleum floors, not acrylic, linoleum floors. Yeah, the cheapest you can get. Um, Government would probably get them. And then, so I was studying the floor. So, okay, this is a floor. Looks like you see the square. The square, it could have been maybe 8 by 8 squares. And then I noticed feet right below. I mean, right by my vision. Um, the feet were like short, chubby animal feet. I said to myself, "Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?" Um, the floors were semi-clear to look at, and then the feet that came next, right on the floor, this same linoleum uh, industrial flooring. Um, it looked like um, toenails, but like the toenail of like an animal. They were long, and then I said, "Yeah, that looks like uh, two short, chubby, like there might have been maybe 5 inches, 5 by 4. It was narrower, so it's almost semi-round, but it's slightly longer than the width, I think, and long nails, um, almost like a bear. That's right, almost like a bear, but the base of the nails seem longer, like from the nail bed, what we call the nail bed. So the flesh part, like underneath the nail, where you like with hands, you have thumbnails. The pink part, we call that the nail bed. So it seemed to have a longer nail bed, like with a little bear. It's at like the edge of the foot where the nail grows. What it seems like to me, what it looked like. But this, something like a bear, and they grew straight, and it was very narrow and pointed at the end. And the I saw it like up to like from the shin down. It had a thick legs, and it had these things. It reminded me almost almost like hair, of feathery hairs, and it stood out. It poked outward. Um, and then the vision changed. The scene changed, and um, that disappeared. The floor and the feet disappeared, and then I just see like almost, almost like a ghost figure type, of this possible being, because they had the same type of hair that stood outward. It reminded me of a cat face. Have you ever seen the commercial for cat people? That's what I saw. So imagine if, yeah, let's say you're using Photoshop or something, you put a filter on it and you change the filter to have like an energy look, almost like reflecting a lot of lights. Like it glowed, like the face glowed. But imagine it's a drawing. Let's say it's a drawing of a cat face, a human cat like face. It had like ears like a cat, and this hair or something coming out of its face, just like the commercials that they had for cat people. There's a Hollywood, not Hollywood, a Broadway show called Cats. It reminded me of that, the face, how the face was, but it's like a hairy face and ears, and it was moving like a shadowy. I mean, not shadow. It was moving from side to side. Just the bust of the head, just the face was moving, and the whole image had that same type of a light filter on it, like you're altering the way it looks on purpose, like if you were using Photoshop or some video editing thing, the texture of it, you know. And then the next thing, like it's really faint now. You couldn't really see anything, so I just assumed maybe, my state of awareness, the frequency connection was fading. Then I sensed that this thing sees me. What I originally saw with the feet. So I think I was back over there where that thing was, where I saw the feet in that room. I didn't see anything else in the room because, again, the vision is looking downward at the floor. But now, I'm a little further up on the ceiling, the vision from further up on the ceiling, still looking downward. And it's very faint, but almost like faint shadow. Uh, Imagine you're outside in the sunlight and the sun is on your face and someone is walking past you. Wouldn't you see like a shadow cast upon your vision, even though your eyes are closed? That type of thing. But it's in shades of light and dark. It's very shadowy. But you could see like something is going past your eyes. What it looked like, it was reaching for me where I was looking from and trying to, get at my face. And things like this has happened in my other visions that I see something, some type of being, and it's trying to get at whoever who's looking at it. So what's happening is that my maybe my consciousness or something is manifesting in front of this thing, and I can see from wherever where this thing is scratching at to get at, long arms, and it's really trying to look like, getting at my, trying to get at my, what I would imagine would be where my face would be, because that's where my eyes are, right? And that is what I experienced today. That is what I experienced. And um, again, when your monitor is on, the different frequencies that then travel the ear, and it can influence. But I know I have seen that type of face, the energy, neon face of that hairy cat-like face. I know I've seen that before, but the foot is the first time I saw that foot. That's why I really took a look at it. I said, "Wow, what is that? What is that?" And it was 2 feet, thick ankle. What do you call it? Thick, around the ankles, the base of the leg. That was very thick, very straight. Looked like it would be a strong being, and I believe those feet belong to that face that I saw. Yeah, yeah, same texture here or feathery hair look like. Um, have you guys ever seen or heard about a being like that? Yeah, let me know in the chat room or in the comment section below. Yeah, so that's what the dream was. I mean, the vision that I saw this morning, this gobble gobble morning. uh, and again, all throughout the night, I was dreaming on and off, and very bizarre. And I think it was a very low energy state, at least with one of the dreams. I noticed with my dreams, some of my dreams, especially if it's with this person. Like some dreams I could have with, let's say, family members, and it's not like trying to look like some of my family members, especially the ones that are closer to my age. They look like exactly what they looked like when we were growing up. So, like, let's say in our 20s, something like that, teens, 20s. Um, but I notice when I have a dream now I started to have dreams with my mother, and that's different. That is not my mom, but someone pretending to be my mother. Uh, so today, both of my parents were in the dream. I generally don't have, never, even as a young child, didn't have dreams with my parents. Very, I mean, I think I had one dream of my father once, but never my mom. Never, at least never remember. And my mother has always been around. So I think that's odd. But either way, that is what it is. Today's dream with my parents, they looked, I think it was in the living room where I grew up in, the house that I grew up in. And my mother looks younger. She looked like someone that would be in her, look like 40s or something like that. She had a lot of skin showing. I remember her arms, her legs, a lot of skin was showing on her. And and I think her knees were up or something. Yeah, her knees were up. And my father is over her, uh, in front of her, standing and leaning over, and it was going to get violent. Uh, I think he hit her once, and then I came over. I said, "Stop!" I was trying to intervene. He was in a rage, and yeah, my father looked younger too. His hair was really dark. I remember he looked like a younger version of it. Uh, also in that same time, that same age range in his 40s. and he looked strong. And my mother looked very healthy. Um, it reminded me of my mom at least. Um, I think she had long dark hair in it, and it was very intense. And I walked up to them. I said, "Please stop it, stop." I was afraid that he was going to kill my mother. Um, and I said something. I said, "Look, stop the violence. Stop it. Did you take your medication? Did you take you just letting your anger get to the best of you? Something like that." I might have mentioned about medication. Did you take your medication? I don't mean mental. Like he was a diabetic, and um, if his sugar went too low, he'll get real grumpy. You know. So I think that's where I was coming from, not like any psychological thing, but that I was trying to let him know that his behavior was like that because he needs to intervene to take control because it's something he has to do, maybe eat something, whatever, something like that. I was trying to get through. Um, I was afraid for her, and I was remembering a time when he did try to attack her in real life. I never forgot that. Um, and someone intervened right away, and before anything could really happen, and he stormed out the house. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that, but that's what happened, you know. And it's all a dominance thing, the who's going to be in charge, that type. It was the ego. Ego got in the way. That's what led to that potential very dangerous situation. But in the dream, in hindsight, now this person, I remember now. I think I grabbed my mother and around the waist and pulled her off the table or something, or the sofa, something that she was lying on. And I looked at her face. I think I sat her down somewhere else. Now my father's not in the picture in the dream. And the figure of who's supposed to be my mom is now sitting down. And I'm thinking as I'm looking at her, hindsight now, since now I'm awake and telling you, talking to you, these guys about the dream, that was not my mother. And this is the second or third time I had a dream of a person slash, I think, demonic, something on a low frequency realm on this planet. They could, I theorize that in your dream state, especially if you're at a low energy, maybe let's say you ate something that disagreed with you, or you got your monitor on, electronics on in the room, uh, it puts you at a lower frequency or make you vulnerable to seeing and experiencing low frequency things. And that's what I think this dream was about. I looked at the person that's supposed to be my mother, and a big face, um, a very long, um, curvy face. If you can, like the features were very um, different than my mom. Because I've like, I see what these dreams could do. Like they could kind of look like something, or trying to imitate something. So you, the spirit behind it is trying to mimic someone that you know. And it's relying on that feeling rather than you saying, hey, that's not my mother or my brother, however, who you know. It relies on that feeling, that's a particular signature of that person that you know, even though it doesn't look like the person. But it tried to come off like it was a mom. But very, very, very curvy. The person was very tall. My mother was tall. Um, but the figure seemed more athletic in build. My mother was more graceful in build, slender, feminine build, while this one's more athletic and strong. Yeah, strong, strong Amazon type woman. Um, but the face had very prominent cheekbones, longer face. It was a that was a big chick, and but the same coloring like my mom. Uh, Maybe a little paler it was the face, but similar coloring. Um, but that was not my mom. And I said, "Oh, you look even prettier now," something like that. And I remember me saying that and thinking that. But I was looking and said, why do you look like this? Um, and I think that's all that I remember. It didn't do anything to me. It was just trying to be there. Just its presence. It had a lot of presence in it. I feel like this thing could make you feel whatever. It has that power to make you think it's something that it's not. And it's a oh, let me just say, it seems to have a sexual energy of it. Because the scene with my alleged parents, it had a sexual component to it. Because again, the person is has a lot of skin showing. I think they're wearing something black and something that like a some type of long skirt or dress, and it had slits on. Very sheer, very thin fabric, and everything showing. All the legs and it just seemed, in my opinion, a sexual component to it. And I think the whole thing was of that. It was a violent sexual energy. Yeah. And the compo- components were a dichotomy. Uh, my father was very dark skinned and my mother's very light skinned. So it was a contrast of light and dark, sexual energy mixed with violence, you know. Very odd. And again, growing up, I've never had a dream with both my parents in it. Never, never. Here I'm a grown woman. My father has since passed. He's been passed now, transition over 11 years, almost 11 and a half years ago. So I just find it interesting now that I had a dream like that. Yeah, he looked very strong, and he wanted this figure, that my mother. Thought there was a dominance thing. Okay, the other dream I had, um, I was, let's see, I was with two of my other siblings, my younger siblings, and we all look kind of young. We were all relatively young, late teens, 20s type of look. Um, I was at this. It was a let's see. It was some type of ship I was on, and the theme of this section of the dream was being lost. Like you go in one place and then you go in a room, and then when you come out, you're in a different location, and you don't know how to get back to where you need to go. That was the theme, and that is a common theme in many dreams I have of feeling lost, how to get to another location. And surprisingly, I get that feeling in dreams when I'm on a ship. For those of you who don't know, I used to be in the Navy, the U.S. Navy, and I used to have at one point dream after dream after dream of being back in the Navy and the anxiety of being lost on the ship. It was a big ship, and to try to find my locker room. I don't know why. I never had that problem, but I'm not good in directions at all. Not good at all. Once I find one way to get to a place, I just use that method. Okay, I don't experiment. Yeah, but whatever for whatever reason, uh, a sense of direction where to go, cause a feeling of lostness. Um, yeah, when I say that, it's actually resonating with me, with my spirit. Direction, lack of direction. Okay. The next thing, let's see. Oh, so I remember being at, it looked like a pier, something, a waterfront. And I also remember, yeah, some type of industrial waterfront area. But I also remember being near where I used to live in Queens with my family. You know, the house I used to live in, an area near where this apartment complex was nearby. It looked like um, that area. Um, I remember, I remember one point going, and then I'm at, okay, I remember being at yeah, there was a big ship. Big, it looked like it was dark gray. It looked like it could have been a military ship. It's a dark gray color. And I had stepped out of it on this ledge. And the ledge was, was a couple feet below the railing. I don't know why I wanted to step down. It was like a platform, and there was space, maybe a foot space around it, and you can fall in the water. Yeah, there was water below. You can see that there was a gap between the platform and the ship. The hull of the ship, and dark water before. And I remember the fear that I had, and I was holding on like a pole. There was a pole I was holding on, about maybe 5-inch diameter, and I'm standing on some type of metal thing, um, but it didn't have much support. It was just like an edge of something that I was standing on, and it had no real platform. Just like a thin rod, thin flat rod that my feet are centered on, and I'm holding on for dear life. Yeah, I was scared. And I think my younger, one of my younger brothers was there with me. Excuse me. And oh, I see the sun's trying to come out now. Yeah, it's going to be daylight soon. Yeah, I love seeing daylight. So either way, I think I climbed out of it. Yeah, the whole thing was full of anxiety and the fear of falling. And this other brother of mine, not the youngest one, not the very youngest, but the one right next to him in age, he was there. And I think I followed him from behind and we climbed out. And I think we were back in another location where we used to live in Queens by this apartment complex. And I remember going in it with them, and I was holding, had my hand upon his back, like following him. And I think there's other people around. I remember there were other people. I did not know them. Boy, I forget now. Yeah, I know I had some other component to the dream with other people, but I wish I could remember. Yeah. Um, yeah, oh, brother, I can't remember. I don't remember. There were some youngish people. Oh, okay. It just came to my memory. Um, let's see. I don't remember who I was with, but there was something about a watch. I know I'm all over the place, but this is how the dream was. It was all over the place. Um, I think my watch falls on the floor, or someone took my watch. They might have thrown it, or somehow it gets over somewhere. And I see, yeah, I think it was on the ship. It was some type of, uh, we could have been at some type of, some waterfront thing. And I was outside of this structure. Yeah, I think it was still like, yeah, yes, it was. Something with the ship. But the ship looked different now. It looked more like now a touristy type of thing. Yeah. They were wearing civilian clothes, and I see that this woman picks up my watch. I said, "That's my watch. That's what." And I think she runs with my watch. I go after her. She was a Caucasian female, a young, like could have been in the late 20s, 30s, early 30s. And I said, "I can prove that's my watch." As I have the receipt and the serial numbers on that, and I think I'm supposed to go back into that plate, that where it came out from for it. And it was a older lady, like a lady in her, a little older looking. Um, oh, I missed your message, what you said. Oh, I wish I could have got your message. Um, she was greedy. The young girl, the 20, 30 something year old wanted my watch. Like, yeah, you prove it. Yeah, I was ready to prove it. It was like an instigator. And I know there were other people around. I think they were on. We came off from the ship, and they wanted what was mine. And I remember, I think we had to go back on the ship, because I had to retrieve something now. I think the receipt or something. And I was talking to that lady. I guess she was to be like a mediator. She was another white female, but she had a more mature look, brunette. Yeah, and in real life, I don't know these people. I don't think I ever knew these people, but they looked very real. And that basically was my dream. Yeah, I don't think I got my watch back. Oh, I didn't realize the phone was, I hear the audio. It's something else must have gone on. Let me turn that off. Sorry about that. I had more than one window on. Yeah, sometimes I forget that I have another tab on, and sometimes it might come on by itself. Yeah, I missed what you just said. Could you repeat what you just said? Yeah, those were the dreams. It was very busy. Yeah, you wake up and I mean you go to bed early. You have your device on, and it's just all over. I think too many frequencies, and it interferes with your sleep. Definitely. Yeah, I kept waking up, going back to sleep, and yeah, those dreams were very. Okay. Oh, I said they steal a lot. Yeah, they're thieves. A thief spirit. You see someone drop. Yeah, it was a watch. It was a small watch, a small faced watch. But I wanted my property, and yeah, that's all I can remember. It was just very busy, the feeling of very busyness. So it wasn't a restful sleep at all. Was not restful. Um, Intense, interesting about the water, that being by a pier, like it looked industrial. They have like at piers, like even here in New York City, there's a waterfront like the Hudson River. They are piers there where ships dock and they store things in these buildings. It looks something like that. Very industrial looking. And I just think a theme about it, water, something about water, I feel. I think water is significant with this. Um, it's something very primal for me. It's something that elicits a lot of fear. Dark water. Don't like it. Don't like dark water. I like to see in it. It has I think in hindsight, water has I think the darkness represents information. Information that's being withheld from you and the fear of experiencing what that darkness is. But darkness in itself is just a quality. It's just something dark. It has nothing to do with anything. It's what's in it. It's the revelation. And I think in hindsight, that's what was happening, that I had a fear. And again, the fear, like when I'm in the water, water is about travel also. You travel in water. You could swim in water. And again, this was a ship. So the ship is docked. So maybe, as I'm talking, this is coming to me. That's why I'm saying it like this. When you're docked, you're just stationary in this water. You're not coming or going. You're just there. And I think that anxiety that, again, I had ventured off of the ship with a family member and then being afraid to hang on the pole. I chose to go down, but then now I was afraid. Yeah. So maybe that's what life is like with me right now. That I'm in the park, I'm in the parking mode, and I chose to park there. And when I ventured out, the fear of the waters below. Yeah, I definitely I definitely had fear because man, it was a long drop below. Definitely so. So I think the dream was really digging at my internal fears. But the thing with with the watch that had fallen and seeing that young white girl picking up the watch quickly and when I announced, "Hey, that's my watch that fell off," you know, they just want to take, something's not yours. You just pick up something, you know. Yes, you do have people who lie about these. Like this event happened to me in real life. It was kind of funny. I was walking on my block. It's a very busy street, this side of the block. And I noticed below um, what looked like money, looked like a bill. So I quickly pick it up right where my foot was going to, was approached it. It was in one quick swoop. I picked it up, and my head turned to the left, and there was a a young a woman who lives at this like a shelter thing, and then she's like looking in her pocket, like looking at something. She knows it's not hers, and I just kept on going because I sensed the girl was going to try to claim. Now she's more than 10 feet away from this thing, you know. She's way far away from it, but she sees that I got to it first. And I kept on going. Yes, I did do it. Yeah, I think it was a $10 bill. And I bought some lunch with it. Yes, I did. It was either a $10 bill or a $5 bill. Yeah. I thought it might have been a $1 bill, but I was surprised when I picked it up and later on looked at it that it was a bill that you can get some food for. Yeah, it's a couple of years ago. Yeah, and so I sensed that if I would have dilly-dallied, this girl would have come over and tried to fight me for this money. Yeah. So I knew it wasn't mine. I knew it wasn't hers, because this thing, I'm walking, and it's some, some distance, and it's no one's near it, and it looked like something it just probably just fell. And I was gonna pick it up because I didn't know what was on the floor, but I guess because of the color of it, it looked like it could have been money, a bill of some type. So I was curious, and I said, either just walk past it or pick it up. You choose. And I decided to pick it up quickly in one swoop. Kept yeah, yeah. So that's a while ago. So so in the dream and of the lady picking up the watch, I forget whether someone threw my watch or something. Why that was the case, but either way, that was my watch, and I wanted to get it. Hey, look at that. What time is it? What time is it? Interesting as a watch. In the in life, what time is it? What's happening? Isn't that some wow? Yeah, it was a wake up call, but you gotta, what time is it? It's time to get going. It's time to get going. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. These people, again, I don't know these people. Um, maybe that's what it means. I better get going. I'm at this pier, and the pier and the ship, it's all about travel. You go on a ship because you're going to go traveling somewhere. And it seemed like this part, like, these are all civilians. So why are we there? Because we're going to go somewhere. Hmm. I need to know to wake up and realize that it's time for something. Wow. Wow. Boy, this is what's coming to my mind. Yeah, this is something else. What time is it? Someone's going to take your watch, take your time, going to do what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It would make no sense, because the watch was thrown or put a distance, and then I said, "Oh, I want my watch." How did that other person get access to my watch? And because it was thrown, now I wanted it. That watch should have been on my wrist, right? So maybe that's what's happening. I should be doing something now that I'm not. And here this white female, young white female, took it, and she had the instinct, the drive to have this watch that I didn't want. That it wasn't important enough until it was taken away. You should had laid the smackdown. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, she was a big female. She looked big. She had an athletic body, boy. Yeah, some of these chicks, man, are big. Yeah, I don't have a large frame. Um, but yeah, it was a young female, young, young and strong looking. Um, yeah, that someone to take something from you, and yeah, it's interesting. Um, why not do the smackdown on her? Why, my nature is such. Um, I'm very, you know, if we have to go to court, we go to court. I'm that type of person. I'm very a factual person. At least I try to be. I'm a very, I'm a type of person that is thinks in reason, and I try to reason my way out. But in life, sometimes you have to do, as you said, the smackdown, and to stand your ground. Then, you know. But that's me. That this is my personality. That um, reason my way out of something or into something, I'm not a physical person, but it might be a good idea to learn to become more physical. Yeah. Did I tell you about the camp? Did I mention about the security guard, the incident that happened 2 days ago? A security, yeah, the security guard tried to like intimidate me. No, okay. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what led me to, I think, do the type of video I did yesterday about not knowing. I think it was yesterday's thing that I did um, about should I should I s- um, is it really my family or not? Is the black community? Yes, I think I may have the black community. I'm very focused on us as a group, but maybe I'm getting too preoccupied, and I think you responded that you do what your heart says. You know, follow your heart in the matter. Yeah, I'm learning something. I care about people, and I care about my black community, but I think I'm getting too. It might be actually pulling me off from my. Oh, interesting. It might be pulling me off of my path. And why I say that is, yes, it's nothing wrong of wanting to encourage and care about the group you belong to. But even though it might be honorable, doesn't mean that it's your calling. And it actually could be distracting you from your path. So some things could be honorable, but it's not where the creator or your higher calling wants you to do. And it's pulling you away. It's pulling me away from things deeper. You're just getting emotional. You cannot change racism, sexism, ism. This is the planet. It's just the energy of this planet. This is a prison planet. It's always going to be something. And so the incident that happened, I had gone to the mall 2 days ago. And it was, I had my little dogs with me. You may have seen me in the past outside with my shopping cart and had my three little dogs in it. Yeah, have you seen me my videos with me and my little dogs? Let me know, or one for yes, or two for no. But either way, I had gone to a shopping mall near where I live. Okay, okay, think I got your answer, Camp. Yeah, so again, my dogs had two of my three dogs had major surgery, and they are getting older. The two of them will be 11. One just turned 11, and in January, the second one that had the surgery, the back surgery, will turn 11 also. My little boy is younger. He'll be 8 this January, and he's very strong and healthy. But so it's convenient for me to put them in this shopping cart because they're limited in mobility, because they're getting older and they had the major surgery this year. Um, and I don't want to be stuck in the house. I want to go out, and to carry them in my arms, it hurts my back. So I said, look, let me use the shopping cart. Let me try it out. And I found that it works well and that they enjoy it, my dogs. So I went over to the shopping mall, the Hudson Yards, and I think it was the fourth floor at Hudson Yards, and maybe 30, 40 feet in front of me, I see a security guard, a young security guard standing. He was a young black man. He could have been his early 30s, late 20s, early 30s. And I'm And I have a mask, what do you call it? A face shield. I had my face shield on. It's a clear vinyl that covers the whole face. Because to get into any shopping area, they want you to have a mask on. But most places let me go in with the face shield. And they allow me to enter the mall with my face shield and my little dogs that's in the stroller. And I've been there several times, you know, so it's no problem. And there are a lot of security there. And, there's nothing happened. Then when I get to the fourth floor, I think it was the fourth floor, and walking over to this corner to take the elevator down one flight, I see this security guard. I just noticed him just standing there. And then he quickly walks up to me, and he's inches, and in an instant, he takes his hand, it would be his left hand, and moves it across my, downward towards my face. His hand is maybe 5 inches from my face. And then he moves to my right side, clenches his fist. He has some little dark round device in his hand. And I said, "Oh, I thought you wanted to talk to me." He goes, "No, I didn't want to say anything. Say anything." Turns his back to me, like he's trying to be cool, and then puts something back in. He puts something in his right ear, the device, little dark device in his ear, and walks away. I didn't like that. I didn't like that, and I didn't know what that was about. Putting his hand uh, downward towards my face, across my face, like that, 5 inches from my. Now remember, in New York City, we're supposed to do the um, 6 feet social distancing. He didn't do any social distancing there, and especially him putting his hand alongside my face. He didn't touch me, but right down in front of my face like that. And I was what that is all about. And I noticed another security guard, something like they've been like, that other person was at a distance, far away distance. And it's some movement that they do with their hand. They take their hand and they go move it downward in front of the face, straight down. And it looked like they have something in their hand. And I was wondering, is this like a device to take your picture? Is this a device to take a picture? I am not a criminal. I've never been arrested. I've never was involved in criminal activity. Nothing. Nothing. And I've been to this mall before with the dogs. They're well behaved. They don't bark. They're just quiet. In fact, a lot of people love the dogs. You've been seeing on my videos when I'm outside with my dogs. You hear and see a lot of people coming up, complimenting the dogs and things like that. Yeah. But how I felt, it almost made me feel. I mean, my mind was racing yesterday about the incident, and I wanted to call um, the management of that mall of the incident that happened to me. I almost felt like, oh, I'm gonna put out that like I'm the bad black lady with a shopping cart. Oh, and this is a fancy mall. Yeah, because the mall dressed it up for the holidays. They recently just put up the Christmas lights and decoration. It looks very nice. Yeah, I didn't take videos of it. I didn't take videos of the mall. I was, but I said no. I'm just gonna chill out today. I wasn't planning on doing a video inside the mall. I was okay. People do the most for no reason. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I did. I mean, I thought it was very hostile in nature. It wasn't friendly. And this mall has been open now for maybe 2 years. It's a new shopping mall. And much of this year it was closed because of COVID. Yeah. So the mall opened up, I think, last year, February. Yeah. Um, yeah, it could have been 2019, February 2019, that it opened for the first time. Yeah. And so it's, uh, and it was very, very friendly. It was new. They had like representatives of what they call little ambassadors. I should have said little, but ambassadors at the outside of the mall um, to let you know where things are in the mall. This tourist thing, they had this thing called the vessel, and he gave me a free ticket. Very social. He was a black fellow, mature black fellow, like a 40s, late 40s, possibly. Very mature, very, very polite. He was well trained for his job. So, and yes, I remember the first time I ever went into that mall last year. Um, I asked, "Hey, are dogs allowed?" Oh, yeah, yeah, sure, sure, yeah. Oh, I didn't have the shopping cart then because my dogs, didn't have the surgery then, and they were more mobile early last year, and yeah, everything was good. Everything, and they were polite. They I asked, "Hey, is it okay to bring go into the shop with the dog?" Yeah, everything was very positive. It looked like they were trained. The security there. They kept their distance, but you could tell that they're watching you. You're being watched. Um, but I guess they knew on the job. The mall just opened. So everybody wants to be on their p's and q's. So that's how I took it. But now they had tons of security. That was what was so weird. The mall hardly had anybody. It was like a ghost mall. Hardly anybody was there. And so I don't know why to be so vigilant to a middle-aged woman with little dogs. And I've been there before, and it's virtually empty. Yeah. And then when I get to the third floor, I went to get. Oh, I went to this place, Lilimon, I think it's called Lulimon. It's a I think I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's an they sell sports clothes, and I go in, and there was a man in the front, and he seemed to welcome me in, and then he approaches me again, shortly, seconds later. Oh, you need to have a face mask. So I said, "Oh, you mean the face shield is not enough?" He said, "No, but we have complimentary ones out in front, and you can put it on and wear it and come in." And I said, "Oh, those things, I can't breathe with that on. Uh, so thank you." And then I just walk out. Now, I've been to their location in another mall maybe a week prior, very, very recent. And there was no problem. And it was a busier mall. So here you have a mall, I don't think anybody was in there. And you're going to, you know, you have a face shield, your eyes, nose, and mouth covered. They can see your face. So you're identifiable, but a mask? I'm not going to wear that mask. I do have masks at home. Maybe I'll bring one of my masks. I don't want to wear it. I don't, and I didn't want to wear that blue mask. See, I don't trust that. What I mentioned, yeah, I think it was yesterday. I don't trust those blue face masks. I'm wondering whether they're made in China, and if it is, I definitely don't want to wear it. I think these masks have possible particles in it that we'll find out later on can make you sick, and or nanoparticles, and I don't want it. Why that mask? Out of all the masks, why did they push that one, that blue one? I'm not going to wear it. So I just walked out, politely walked out. And then I said to myself, it's time to go. Yeah, I wasn't enjoying myself. They had Christmas music on at the mall. I don't like Christmas music. I'm sorry to say that. I hate Christmas. I hate it. It is not a holiday of joy at all. It's a holiday, in my opinion, just in my opinion, it's a holiday of bondage. And in my opinion, it's a spirit of death. But they try to cover the spirit of death with all those lights. So you got the lights going on. Now, I love lights. I love those lights. But I don't like the music. It's weird Christmas music. It's weird. And it's something that my spirit picks up that I had it. If I stayed there, not more, I probably would get a headache. Yeah, even though hardly anybody is virtually empty, they got the Christmas music going on, they have the lights all over the place. But that one store wanted me to wear a mask on top of the face shield. The face shield wasn't enough. So with those two incidences happening, the security guard that's trying to be macho, and then the sporting goods store saying you need a mask to come in. I don't know whether I want to go back there again. Now the area, the Hudson Yards area, is a new facility. Okay, it's still being built. There's still a series of buildings at this site that's still in under construction, but the main mall is done, and they have benches and things like that you can sit on. Yeah, it's a positive vibe, but um, if this thing is going to be, yeah, all the security guards are all black people. And sometimes I notice in New York City, it's really weird. Um, another incident happened the day before that, actually. Yeah, so the mall incident happened 2 days ago, and then on the third day, 3 days ago, I had gone to a my corner store where they have candies and things like that. It's a big one. I've been going there for 17 years. And I've been bringing the shopping cart with the little doggies in it for about 5 months, 4 or 5 months. So they know of me. That I've been there, and everybody loves the dogs, no problem. Well, a new security guard, black security guard, and um, when I was entering, he was dealing with a white fellow. And I think this white fellow's from out of town. You have a lot of out of town people that came to New York City area for the voting thing. Well, this guy definitely is not from here. Um, he was disheveled and he was bleeding. So his blood, red blood, and he has these tubes. Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday. He has tubes coming from his arm. When you go to the hospital, the ER, they put an IV in you. Well, that's what he had on, you know, and he's bleeding. And he's real disheveled. He looked real spooky. He's a white fellow, too. Yeah. The white people don't look like that in New York. People from out of town, they probably are bused in in the Port Authority. There's a Port Authority nearby, and I think they're coming in from the Port Authority from some other location. Yeah, they used to at one time the the different cities in the United States give free tickets, bus tickets for them to get out of their city. A one-way ticket, and they could take it anywhere, whatever, and they go back and forth uh, according to what season. So if it starts to get cold, they move out, and vice versa, So anyway, when I came in, he was the security guard was dealing with that fellow. And I just wanted to just get a bag of candy. And I get it quickly. I was in there, within 3 minutes. I go on an empty line. Again, it's not many people. Many people aren't in the stores now. At least at that time. This was maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, yeah, around 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's early. And that same security guard walks up to me and says real loud, "Hey, oh, isn't that cute?" Real loud. "Oh, those are so nice dogs. Oh, could I pet them?" So I said, "Okay." And I'm thinking, but my mind, see, I'm a thinker. At least now I am. And this doesn't make sense to me. You're on duty. You're not on duty to be, a security guard is not on duty to be friendly and to ask to pet your dogs. And so he says, "Oh, yeah, I have dogs at home," and blah, 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 blah. Is your dog bite? I think it said that. Oh, he's good. He's good. Now, these are little dogs. Little dogs. And they're very friendly. And he's trying to pet them, but he looks afraid to pet them. I'm thinking this clown does not have dogs. And he's only looking, he wants to see if I have anything in the shopping cart and trying to look inside because he had bent down, right? So he could get a good look. And I was going to say something. I said, "Oh, yeah, you could look inside to make sure I didn't steal anything." I was going to say that. But, I didn't want to make a scene. And it's this behavior. And so I feel like I'm being judged. Now, out of all these times I'm there, um, see, I feel like um, people are being told because the holidays are coming now, even though it's like a ghost town in New York City, oh, a black lady with a shopping cart. Oh, so I feel that they are labeling me as a social undesirable. Here, I've never been involved with the law. I'm a easygoing person. Uh, my dogs are well liked outside. I'm known in the area. But they get these new people, and they want to show off, and uh, did that to me. I felt they were judging me, and the fact that these were black individuals doing. I feel. What happens? You may get black people in jobs, but they're there to racially profile you. And that's how I feel. That they want to look good to their bosses and show them that, hey, they're willing to uh, harass their own. That's how I felt. How dare they do that? How dare they judge me like that? I've done security work, and that I know you don't do. Again, um, he's violating the 6 feet um, social distancing requirement when he came up to pet my dogs, right? So they're not. So on one level, they want to be proactive, and then they're going to violate the rule about the 6 feet social distancing. to do so. So if you're going to do your job as a security job, do your job. You could just say, look, we need to look in your shopping cart, because, there's been things happening. So it's just a security thing, you know. At least I could respect that. But to pretend on a pretense with my dogs, I didn't like that. So I feel like I'm being tested. Okay. He was going to try you because he felt you were too. Maybe so. But it's my shopping cart and it's see through. You can see through it. It's just a regular shopping cart, Um, you can see that there's all, little dogs below and there's nothing in it. So it's something you can see that there's nothing else in it. And I have the item in my hand of what I was to purchase. And that's why I got offended. But see, I did that type of work before, security, but in a corporate office. And you don't go up to somebody, if he saw me put something in I make sure when I have my shopping cart, I don't go bend down in it for anything because I don't want anybody to think I'm putting something in it. I keep it, I'm very obvious. I put things in my hand and my hands are always exposed. Always. Don't put your hands in your pocket and out. No. Always keep your hands out. You touch something, you keep it in your hand. I only touch something if I'm going to get it. I don't like go pick up things, look at it, put it down. I very rarely do that. Only if I'm planning on getting it, whatever, and get it because I know how some places are. Especially if you have a shopping cart. I don't want them to think anything or give them reason. Again, I was in there just to get a bag of candy and get out. It was in there less than 3 minutes. So first he's dealing with the young white fellow who's bleeding that looked like he escaped from some type of hospital with IV tubes in his arm, you know. So that's awful. That's awful. So I feel as a result of that, I feel that I'm being judged. I feel that there's no unity in our community and that it's something like here I'm worried and caring about you, but you don't care about your own and you're going to police black people but not police those white people who bring in illegal aliens, uh, criminals from other countries to uh, do damage to our buildings, or the Antifa, right? They don't do that. But someone like myself, they're gonna, oh, see, it's judging someone's socioeconomics that you perceive me as something, and I'm gonna use my shopping cart because I need it. I need it. My dogs had surgery. I want to get out of. I want to be mobile. I want to get my exercise. I want my dogs to get air, and so I'm going to continue using it. I know what it might look like. The black lady with the shopping cart, the what do you call it? The derelict, right? That's what they think I am, right? Shame on them. Shame on them. See, they're busy looking at the right hand when the left hand of somebody else they should be preoccupied with. Just because a person is black doesn't make them a thief. And for them to be trained to look at black people when they're shopping and they're doing something innocent, it makes me angry because they're trying to look like the tough guy and they try to intimidate me. Something like this has happened before shopping. I was shopping for eggs. And before you get eggs, you have to open it to make sure they're not broken. Everything done out in the open. I didn't have any shopping cart. I just went to get some eggs, and he's following me and trying to. And I've never seen him before, and it's at the same store. I told the manager of the place. He said, "Thank you for letting us know he's new here. He will be removed immediately. I apologize, blah, blah, blah." And I think the reason why I didn't call the people on the guy when I had the puppies, my dogs who wanted to pet them, because he was at least polite, but I know he was full of it. He was polite. I might still say something, just let them know how I feel. I don't know. I don't know. I got to feel it out. Um, yeah, I guess maybe the area where I live, yeah, let me tell what's happening. I know I'm kind of off the topic, but it all flows in. It may be just a how do you say it? The signs of the time. Yeah, this store also right by where I live. It's a 7-Eleven store, and they have ice cream. You know, my favorite brand of ice cream. Well, you know what I found, what they told me. They explained what happened. See, people are stealing their ice cream, and that they take it and they resell it or something like that. Yeah, so they keep the ice cream now under a lock, like the door is locked, or if it's not locked, it has an alarm. So immediately, if you open up just to get ice cream, an alarm will go off to let the front know that someone is getting ice cream. Yeah. So I asked, hey, I'm surprised that how come you got the alarm on for the ice cream? So you know we've been getting a lot of theft for the ice cream that they take it and it's something about they selling it. Yeah. So the place on and off has the alarm on the ice cream. So people are stealing ice cream. But that was going on before COVID. But either way, you have theft going on, and they like certain items, and they like ice cream. So it is what it is, and it's the signs of the time. Again, the holiday seasons are coming up now. Not it officially starts, this week today, and yeah. So people. So I have to, I guess, realize now with Thanksgiving being today and the remainder of the month that you're going to have a lot of people stealing now because people lost their jobs, people are underwork, just getting part time. So I guess it is what it is. And yeah, I was doing a lot of thinking yesterday and wondering, hey, should I don't know whether I want to stay here anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm on a police system. What's that word? A police state. I like to live in freedom. And maybe that's what the dream that I had today meant with the watch. You know what time it is. Know what time it is. It's time for you to travel. Hey, maybe that's what it means. It's time for me to travel. The ship. I'm at the pier. There's a boat, but I'm anxious. And and for whatever reason, I got off the boat to go on the platform for some reason, but I'm holding on for dear life because I'm afraid to fall in the water. It's like I wanted to do something, and then when I do it, the fear hits me. But yeah, a boat represents travel, definitely. Yeah, let me know, people out there who are listening, what this means. What do you think this means with the travel and the boat and the anxiety that I have about uh, being lost in this travel on the ship, like the ship is so big, and again, the ship travels, but the ship was on I think on port. It wasn't out in the middle of the sea. I think each of these dreams, the ship is always on port, but I'm trying to get to the bathing area, the berthing area where you sleep, and then the lockers. We had lockers. I had dreams like that. It wouldn't stop. At one time, like a year or two ago, it's a recurring dream over and over again. Something with the area where you sleep and bathe and all that. Or trying to open up my locker, but I forget what the locker number is. So something that happened. Am I forgetting the lock? But I know that something happened. Maybe that's what it means. That something happened to me. I don't know what happened, but I'm trying to open it up, but I can't get access to it. I can't get access to the information because it's, yes, that's what that means. Something deep in a birth, because the birthing areas where you sleep is always down below in the hull of the bottom of the ship. Yes. So something deep in my memory, something deep in my memory that I don't have access to, and I'm lost and I'm trying to find it. And then when I get to it and try to access it, I don't have the locker number. That's what that means. Wow. That's what that means. Mm. Oh, well. Very interesting. Yeah. So that's basically what happened. I know it was on for a while, on for a long time. I didn't mean to be so long on this, but those of you who get this far to the video, let me know what you think, what your instincts are about today's dream. It could be just what I thought it was. Uh, I hope you all have a very wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Hey, maybe I might go out and buy some pecan pie. Yeah, 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 we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, looks like it's going to rain today. So I thank you, people. Have a great gobble gobble. Be safe, be well, and don't overdo it, okay? Thanks, guys. Bye bye.